Hi everyone, welcome to Must Read Monday. My name is Dabney. I'm the young adult librarian with the Twin Lakes Libraries and I use they, them pronouns. For today's episode, I am continuing on with the summer reading theme, Oceans of Possibilities, and we are going to be looking at books set on islands. There's actually a lot of books set on islands, and this is what we had on the shelves today. There's actually more than this, if you can believe it. I love a good book set on an island. I don't know, I just really like, especially if people are trapped on an island and there's something mysterious going on. I think that's the case with pretty much all of these books. But yeah, I just really like that type of story. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to talk about the ones I've read first. So we've got Phoenix Island by John Dixon. So I'm going to read you the summary real fast. 16-year-old champion boxer Carl Freeman always stuck up for the underdogs, always took on the bullies willingly. But when his latest fight sends his opponents to the emergency room, the court sends Carl to the teen boot camp known as Phoenix Island. After a string of punishments at the hands of sadistic drill sergeants, Carl realizes he's going to have to be his toughest to survive, and then he realizes that the island is not what it seems to be. From the shadows of the jungle stands a secret government lab where Carl will be given something he never dreamed of, a new life, an enhanced body, an upgraded brain, gifts intended to transform Carl into something he's not sure he wants to become. Phoenix Island is ground zero for the future of combat intelligence, and for Carl, it's just the beginning. So this is right up my alley because I love action stories. I kind of really like conspiracy stories. Like these, we're going to turn you into a super soldier like, I don't know, Captain America or Bucky or whoever. So this was really good. It was very, fast-paced, keeps you guessing. So I thought this was highly entertaining. And there is a sequel as well. Then one that I'm sure most people have heard of, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom. So this was made into a movie. And this, the majority of this book takes place on an island. So I'll read you a summary. A mysterious island, an abandoned orphanage, a strange collection of peculiar photographs. It all waits to be discovered in Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, an unforgettable novel that mixes fiction and photography in a thrilling reading experience. As our story opens, a horrific family tragedy sets 16-year-old Jacob journeying to a remote island off the coast of Wales, where he discovers the crumbling ruins of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. As Jacob explores its decaying bedrooms and hallways, it becomes clear that Miss Peregrine's children were more than just peculiar. They may have been dangerous. They may have been quarantined on a deserted island for good reason. And somehow, impossible though it seems, they may still be alive. So like it says, there are photographs throughout. So that's really cool. I really like sort of the mixed media of that. And this one is very creepy, kind of got a horror fantasy vibe going for it. Kind of some disturbing stuff happening on this island. And yeah, there's some monsters that are in this who are terrifying. I'll just say that. So this one is more kind of horror fantasy with some mystery thrown in, and it's definitely a very unique concept. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't, aren't aware or haven't seen the movie, but I would highly recommend checking it out. And it is the first in a series. There's I think 5 or 6 books you can read after that. Ooh, this is another one that is very trippy and kind of strange and fantastical. Midwinter Blood by Marcus Sedgwick. In 2073, on the remote and secretive island of Blessed, where rumor has it that no one ages and no children are born, a visitor arrives. He is greeted warmly, but something is wrong. Something is hidden on the far side of the island. something that, as if in a dream, he cannot reach. And so it is that under the light of the waxing and waning moon, 7 stories unfold, the story of an archaeologist who unearths a mysterious artifact, of an airman who finds himself far from home, of a painter, a ghost, a vampire, and a Viking, and the story of a love so primal and passionate that it slips the bonds of time. This is the story of Midwinter Blood. So each of these, there's a note in this book. Let's see, I think it's divided up, into different parts. So part 1 is set at midsummer, it gives you the year, and then it gives you the moon, so the flower moon. If you didn't know, like, all of the full moons have different names, which I don't think I knew that until I read this book. There's the hay moon, the grain moon, the fruit moon, the hunter's moon, the snow moon, and the blood moon. So this one is just, if you're looking for like a fantasy story that's kind of out there, that's going to be sort of mind-bending and really fascinating, this is your book. It's like really good storytelling. I remember when I finished it, I was like, I don't think I've ever read a book like this before. I really enjoy it. And it's pretty short too. It goes by quickly. There's like historical stories because you're just going through different times. And then we've got Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. This is another one I've read. So I'll read you the summary. Magic passed down through generations. Georgina Fernwyn waits with growing impatience for the tingle of magic in her fingers, magic that has touched every woman in her family. Her twin sister Mary already shows an ability to defy gravity, but with their 18th birthday looming at the end of this summer, Georgina fears her gift will never come. An island where strange things happen. No one on the island of By the Sea would ever call the Fernwells what they really are. But if you need the odd bit of help, say a sleeping aid concocted by moonlight, they're the ones to ask. No one questions the weather, as moody and erratic as a summer storm. No one questions the allegedly 300-year-old bird who comes to roost on the island every year. One summer that will become legend. When tragedy strikes, what made the Fernwyn women special suddenly cast them in suspicion. Over the course of her last summer on the island, a summer of storms, of love, of salt, Georgina will learn the truth about magic in all its many forms. So this one, there's a lot going on in this one. There's magic, there's murder, there's mystery, there's this like mysterious bird that people keep coming to the island every year to witness, and then you find out more about this bird and about this family, and a lot about trauma and healing. And it's a lot. There's a lot going on. But you might want to check it out. I feel like the cover kind of gave me like a different vibe completely than what the story itself is. I thought like, looks kind of like a cute romantic beach read, and then I started reading and I was like, this is not a cute romantic beach read, though that is definitely a part of it. Oh wow. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Talk about a book that the ending you did not see coming. I'll just say that. It's just like totally shocked me. We Were Liars. A beautiful and distinguished family, a private island, a brilliant damaged girl, a passionate political boy. A group of 4 friends, the Liars, whose friendship turns destructive. A revolution, an accident, a secret. Lies upon lies. True love, the truth. We Were Liars is a modern, sophisticated suspense novel from National Book Award finalist and Prince Award honoree E. Lockhart. Read it, and if anyone asks you how it ends, just lie. Well, I mean, you don't have to lie. Just don't tell them. Just be like, well, you're going to have to read the book for yourself. I was going to see, yeah, there is a nice little map of the island, which I love, off the coast of Massachusetts. So, things happen in this book, and the truth will shock you. That's all I'm going to say about it. And then, real quick, this is like one of my favorite manga series, Barakamon, and it's about Honda, and he is early 20s, I think. Anyways, he is a famous calligrapher, but he gets into some trouble and kind of gets sent from Tokyo to go live on this like rural Japanese island. And he has like a huge ego, and he thinks like he can do anything. He just has a very high opinion of himself, and as you will discover in this series, he does not have life skills at all, and it's really funny watching him struggle, living on his own for the first time. Like, everything that could go wrong goes wrong, and in the meantime, him kind of begrudgingly becoming friends with all the people on the island, including Naru, who's like a neighbor kid. She and like all of the kids on the island just kind of are drawn to Honda and are always like breaking into his house and causing him problems. And it's just really funny to me. I think it's really humorous, like slice of life type of story, and really cute. And I think there's like 18 volumes in this series, which it's one of those series I could have kept reading forever because I was like, this is just delightful. We also have the anime in our collection, and there's a prequel series that you can read, and it's about Honda when he was in high school, and it's like night and day, that man. It's really good. Okay, and then a couple that I haven't read yet, but I have been wanting to read. 10 by Gretchen McNeil. Shh, don't spread the word. 3-day weekend house party, White Rock House on Henry Island. You do not want to miss it. It was supposed to be the weekend of their lives. 3 days on Henry Island at an exclusive house party. Best friends Meg and Minnie each have their own reasons for wanting to be there, which involve their school's most eligible bachelor, TJ Fletcher. And look forward to 3 glorious days of boys, bonding, and fun-filled luxury. But what they expect is definitely not what they get, and what starts out as fun turns dark and twisted after the discovery of a DVD with a sinister message, "Vengeance is mine." Suddenly, people are dying, and with a storm raging outside, the teens are cut off from the rest of the world. No electricity, no phones, no internet, and a ferry that isn't scheduled to return for 3 days. As the deaths become more violent and the teens turn on each other, can Meg find the killer before more people die? Or is the killer closer to her than she could ever imagine? Yes. I love stories like that where, it's like you're trapped on an island and suddenly everyone starts dying. Personally, I would not want to be in that story, but I do like reading them. Like Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. Classic mystery if you want to branch out of YA a little bit. Okay, then we have Libba Bray's Beauty Queens. Survival of the Fittest. The 50 contestants in the Miss Teen Dream pageant thought this was going to be a fun trip to the beach where they would parade in their state-approved costumes and compete in front of the cameras. But sadly, their airplane had another idea, crashing on a deserted island and leaving the survivors stranded with little food, little water, and practically no eyeliner. What's a beauty queen to do? Continue to practice for the talent portion of the program, or wrestle snakes to the ground? Get a perfect tan, or learn to run wild? And what should happen when the sexy pirates show up? There's sexy pirates in this book? Amazing. Welcome to the heart of non-exfoliated darkness. Your tour guide, none other than Libba Bray, the hilarious, sensational, and Prince Award-winning author of A Great and Terrible Beauty and Going Bovine. The result is a novel that will make you laugh, make you think, and make you never see beauty the same way again. Well, I'm sold. Like, this has been on my to-read list for an embarrassingly long time, so I think summer 2022 is going to be my time to read it. Okay, and then wrapping up, we have The Edge of Nowhere by Elizabeth George, also part of a series, I believe there's 4 books. Becca King is on the run. Her ability to hear whispers, the thoughts of others, has put her at risk from her stepfather, whose criminal activity she's discovered. When she arrives on Wibney Island, beautiful, wild, and a world apart, she embarks on a life very different from her old one, with new friends that include Seth, a kind-hearted dropout turned gypsy jazz musician, Derek, a Ugandan boy adopted by a local family, Diane, with whom she shares psychic powers, and Debbie, who makes a habit of helping runaways. Blending strands of mystery and romance and a hint of the paranormal in a haunting setting, The Edge of Nowhere is the first book in a cycle of books that will take Becca and her friends through their teenage years on the island. Well, see, I didn't even know that was the plot. I just had been seeing this book and shelving it for years. Had no idea that there were psychic powers afoot. So that's pretty cool. Psychic powers and criminal secrets. Sounds amazing. Alright, so those are my book recommendations for this week. I hope you can come to the library and check them out, and then you can look in the video notes to find out which of these are available on Libby and Hoopla, and I'll also drop a link for our Goodreads summer reading list, so you can browse some other books as well. And don't forget, we still have in-person programming. This Wednesday we're making jellyfish lanterns, and we have a movie on Thursday, so hopefully we'll see you then. Alright, y'all, have a great week. Bye.